the creation of the world. In the beginning of all things, before time, space, or any living being existed, only God was. With his infinite power, he decided to create something new, a world that would testify to his glory, his love, and his wisdom. And so, the work of creating the universe began. The first act of creation was a simple yet powerful command: let there be light. Instantly, the absolute darkness was replaced by a radiant glow, and the light was separated from the darkness. God saw that the light was good and called it day, and the darkness he called night. This was the first day of creation, marking the beginning of a divine plan that would transform the void into something extraordinary. On the second day, God created the firmament, a vast expanse that would separate the waters. He called it heaven, dividing the waters above from those below. This sky would be where the clouds would form and the stars would shine, a visible testament to God's power over all creation. On the third day, the Lord commanded the waters under the heavens to gather in one place, and dry land appeared. Thus, the earth emerged, and vast expanses of oceans, rivers, and lakes found their place. God also spoke and said, "Let the earth produce vegetation." And the earth obeyed. From its depths sprouted fruit-bearing trees, green plants, and every kind of herb that bears seed. An immense variety of plant life covered the surface of the earth, filling it with color and life. God saw that everything he had made was good. On the fourth day, God continued his work by creating the great lights of the heavens, the sun, the moon, and the stars. The sun was placed to rule the day, while the moon and stars were set to light the night. These heavenly bodies would not only serve to mark the passage of time, but also to give light and warmth to the newly created world. Each was placed with a purpose, and God saw that everything was good. The fifth day brought a new creation, life in the waters and the sky. God spoke and said, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth." Thus, the oceans were filled with fish and marine creatures, from the smallest to the largest leviathans. In the air, birds of every kind appeared, filling the skies with their songs and flights. God blessed these creatures and commanded them to multiply, filling the waters and skies with life. And as in the previous days, God saw that everything he had made was good. On the sixth day, God said, "Let the earth produce living creatures according to their kinds." And so it was. The earth was filled with all kinds of animals, livestock, wild beasts, and small creatures that move along the ground. Each was created according to its kind, and each had a purpose in God's great design. But God had not yet completed his work. The sixth day would also be the day when he created his masterpiece, humankind. God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, the livestock, and over all the earth." And so, God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. Then, God created woman, taking her from the side of man to be his companion. To these first humans, Adam and Eve, God entrusted the care of all creation. He gave them dominion over the animals, the plants, and the earth's resources. He blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it." They would be the stewards of the world, living in harmony with God's divine commands. On the seventh day, God looked upon everything he had made, and as he contemplated the magnificence of his work, he rested. He blessed and sanctified the seventh day as a day of rest, an eternal reminder of his creative power. The world was complete, full of life, beauty, and purpose, all under the care of the man and woman, created in the image and likeness of their Creator. Thus, in 6 days, God created the heavens, the earth, the sea, and all that is in them. The story of creation is a testimony to God's love for his creation, a world that reflects his power, his order, and his desire to have an intimate relationship with humanity. Creation was not a mere act of power, but a manifestation of God's desire to share his goodness and glory with human beings, to whom he gave the privilege of living in his wonderful work. The account of creation not only marks the beginning of all that exists, but also establishes the deep relationship between God and humankind, a relationship based on love, responsibility, and obedience to His will. Thus, the world began, and with it, the story of man on earth, under the loving gaze of the Creator.